Hello and welcome to today's recording of Showbie, the iPad app that will revolutionise your classroom in terms of marking and distribution of worksheets for pupils. This is the beginning interface, and as you can see down the left hand side you have all the different classes, and in order to make a class you just go to the plus button, which is in the bottom left, and it'll give you there a name. And so you could call that class Science. I know some science teachers. And you'll also see that there's a code. Now you can change that code by pushing the new code button. So all you'll need to do is give that code to the pupils. When they log into when they sign up for Showbie and they go into Showbie, the first thing they need to do is join your class. And so you give them the code, and what will happen is everybody then will be able to join your science class. I'm not going to do that today. So you can see down the bottom here it says new class or join class. When you click the join class button, that's what the pupils will see, and they will be part of your class. Then you will get one of these. So this one, for my example, where yours would say science or whatever you've called it. This one says year 7 English. This is just the whole class. So when I click on it, you'll be able to see all the students' work. So each one of these is a lesson. So I've chosen a lesson called Find Yourself, there's one called DVD Case, Coraline Film Review, and so on, as you can see down the list. Once you click inside that lesson, so again, the whole process works the same way. You push the plus button. It's called assignment title. Now you can use it for assignments. I used it for each lesson because we were a digital class, and all of their work was then saved into that folder. So you can look at the title, and the assignment title says, creating bubbles. I'm not very scientific minded, but there you go. You can set the due date, and I'm going to make it for the end of today. Then go back to new assignment, and then you can lock the assignment, which prevents students from accessing it, so that you can actually prepare changes, like it says, and you can unlock it later when it's ready. That's quite handy. That's a new feature. I'm going to keep that off for the moment. Normally I would push save, but I'm going to push cancel. So for example, then I'm going to have a look at Coraline Comic, which is one of the lessons. Now what you should see is the pupils start to appear down the left hand side. Now this connection is quite slow, but there they are. And you begin to see all their names. What you do then, if you have a worksheet or a PDF or something that you would like to give the pupils, give the students, then you push the shared folder, and here you get the option top right hand side to add files. You can add a camera picture, something from your photo library, a text note, a voice note, and a PDF, or capture a PDF. And the capture the PDF is quite a good one because then you can take a picture of whatever the worksheet that you had or whatever you wanted to give to those pupils. I'm not going to add anything because there's already stuff here. So I'm going to come off. Let's choose a student here. And what happens is her work is already in there. She's already put my book. So when I click on it, and it opens up the file as a PDF. Now here's a really cool bit with Showbie, because you can then mark this piece of work while it's uploading. So the little icon comes up, and it takes a while, but you should be able to see it in a minute as it'll open up as a PDF. And here it is. So this is the student's work, and she's obviously made a comic, which is pretty cool. But now I've got the option here along the top. I can use my pen, I can tick, I can zoom in, I can say, well done. I can then zoom out. So you can see I'm pushing these buttons along the top, back to where I was before. If I've made a mistake, I can use the rubber, and I can then add a note. This is quite a cool little thing. So I'm going to make a little note here, and I'm going to say, Coraline needs a capital letter. Oops. Then I want to say, push the save button, and now that note appears in her work. So what I can do then, and once I'm done and I've finished marking it, obviously you could be more thorough than that, I'm going to push done. And what happens is that this piece of work with my annotations is saved in this folder, so that when you click on it again and it loads up, you can see my annotations, and she can tap on it and say, oh, Miss Wright's left me a little note. And that will happen all along. So each child that you see, once it's marked, you can see that it has a little, where the the pupil's work is, it's got a little paperclip paper, and then beside that there's a squiggly circle that says that you've marked it, and that pupil will get an email saying that you've marked her work.